FSG are reportedly expecting Mo Salah's wage demands to drop in line with what Liverpool are prepared to offer, partly due to lack of suitable alternatives for the winger across Europe. This comes from Football Insider, with the publication claiming club chiefs remain confident over the likelihood of the number 11 agreeing fresh terms at Anfield. Paddy, do you think they're right to assume this?
I'm just sick of it. Anyone else sick of this talk? When will it end? Yeah, perhaps
when will
they
it
are right to
end,
assume, but
Robbie?
it's huh?
When will it end, Robbie?
When will it end? I feel like it's just a never-ending speculation. I don't know what to believe. We've heard so much different stuff from different outlets, different factions. I just don't know what to believe, and I kind of just don't want to believe anything until it's done. You know, I just want it to be done. I don't want it to affect the squad. I don't want it to affect Salah's head. Didn't they? They won the first leg, didn't they? 1-0 Egypt.
Yeah, they did an own goal from Senegalese. I can't remember his name, but yeah, they did well. So
When's the second leg for that?
it's quite soon. I think it's next week.
Before they come back?
I think so.
I cannot wait.
It's on Tuesday.
Well, to be honest with you, like obviously I love Sadio as well, but Sadio got the AFCON. Let Salah get the World Cup spot. So I hope Salah comes back with the World Cup qualification and he can come. Oh, it was a Sisson. Okay. Yeah, hopefully Salah can qualify. And I just want this shit to end. I'm sick to death of deliberating it. And there's no point in us deliberating it because it's pure hearsay. It's like outlets see the news and they just make up stuff. It's so easy for them to make up stuff because no one ever tracks down the verification of it. So listen, I hope it gets done. I don't know what to believe. That Rami Abbas is a fucking arsehole. I just hope Salah gets qualified, comes back, signs the thing, and we win the quadruple.
Imagine the boost it would give the squad if Salah just rocked up before the Watford game with his fresh new contract.
It would be limbs. That announcement, when it comes, if it comes, will be biblical.
I think it'll be one of the most liked things ever on Liverpool Twitter, ever, if not the most.
Yeah, because it's so anticipated, you know.
I think Thiago is probably the most liked one when it comes to that. I think is that Craig or Connor on the Anfield Agenda account. Good evening, mate.
Definitely Craig.
Yeah, Connor would never call anyone beautiful. You're cold man. Nah, he loves me. He loves us all. We all love Connor.
No, but with the Salah stuff, I just don't want it to become a toxic thing. Like we kind of seen murmurs of it already. You know, before the Brighton game, there was a bit of discomfort among the fans, and no fan will ever give Salah hate. But the longer it goes on, the more misrepresentation is in the media. People could start to be like resentful towards Salah. Like to a degree,
people already are, Paddy. I think people already are.
Yeah, there's definitely been elements of it. That's the problem. We don't want that. We don't want to ruin anything. Like just do it. Don't speak publicly. That agent needs to get his Twitter confiscated. Like that agent is stoking the fire. He's gaslighting things, and he's going to get burnt.
It's just, I think it is already too far. Almost, it's not too far gone. We can still pull it back by signing that contract, but I still think it's gone too far. Like I don't think anyone should have intended for it to go this far. I had a feeling. I think everyone did. Everyone thought it would happen in January and be the only sort of news that we would hear in January. I think a lot of people would have taken that. To be honest with you, it didn't happen, unfortunately, for Mo and for everyone. It's still going on. It's still a saga, and it's getting closer and closer to the end of the season, Paddy, and getting more and more nervous about it. And it's just, as you said, it's dragging.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? At the end of the day, like I look at both sides here. I look at Liverpool. I look at Mohamed Salah. Mohamed Salah, let's say he leaves Liverpool tomorrow. Where does he go? Does he find anywhere better than Liverpool? No. Does he want to stay at Liverpool, break all these records, and probably finish his career here? Yes. He has said that before. So the willingness is there from both sides. And when there's a will, there's a way. For the sake of a few quid, it's going to be done. I've always said FSG must get it done. I feel like Salah's probably not, he's not asking for ridiculous money. He's asking for money in relation to the rest of the league, which is fair. He's one of the top earners. He deserves to be one of the top earners. And I feel like it'll be done. there's a part of me that feels like there's more to it than what meets the eye. Like I feel like it's not just a wage. It's maybe he wants certain like bonuses or other things. But no, I feel like it'll be done. There's too much willingness on both sides to not get it done.
I wish I had your confidence. I really do. Because
you don't have confidence?
I just think if it was ever going to get done, it would already be done. If there was ever going to be a breaking
there has to be negotiations,
Yeah, but negotiations only take so long. Like there has to be a major change from one of the sides in order for this to happen. And I think that's what FSG and Liverpool are waiting for, is for a major sort of change in Mo Salah thinking, or Mo Salah's party, saying, oh, actually, I'd rather not go to Juventus or PSG because I might not have this same sort of success that I would have and the love that I would have at Liverpool. But I just don't think that, I don't see it happening, Paddy. I really don't. I just think it would already be done.
No, I feel like there's definitely a discrepancy between the two sides. There's definitely a bit of dysmorphia. Is that the right word? A bit of, disrepute, bit of, they're not meeting right now, but I feel like it's a long process. It's not out in the summer. There's still time to get it done. But at the end of the day, I just don't see the point in him moving. He is in his prime right now. He's perfect. This Liverpool team is ready-made for him. It plays to his strengths. He goes somewhere else. There's a couple of more years and months of like turbulence and not fitting in. There's a danger of different things. I just feel like it's a needless, risky move at this stage in his career. He's in his prime. He might as well ride out his prime years while he's in a prime position. To go and move somewhere else would be stupid. And he doesn't want to leave. He said he wants to finish his career here. So again, there's willingness there, and I think it will be done. There's no question it will be done, because I think that if it's not done, us fans will be so infuriated by it that the owners will come under serious fire, I would say.
I disagree. I think it'll move on. I think it'll move on. Life will move on because it's got to be a willingness from both sides. And if it comes down to Mo Salah wanting an extra 50k a week, unfortunately they're on the side of negativity for me. I think, as you've said and I've said in multiple streams, no one is bigger than the club, and for someone to overvalue themselves in comparison to their peers, I think that would be viewed as Mo Salah being on the bad side rather than if you view it logically. I think if Mo Salah wanted £500,000 a week, if I was Virgil van Dijk, I'd be knocking on the door straight away, because arguably he is as if not more important to Liverpool. So
yeah, but there is an element of that. There is an element of that. The players will know that Salah is getting a better contract, and there is an element of that. Like, there will always be upgrades in contracts when players are playing at another level. So if Virgil comes looking for it, he'll deserve it as well. You can't underpay these players. It's kind of common knowledge what the rest of them earn, and they'll always be looking for their fair whack. The only reason it's not been mentioned now is because Virgil is a few months or a few years away from signing a new one. But I feel like when it comes to that time again, we'll be in the same situation with Virgil. He'll want more money as well. And then it'll come down to, again, whether in the current moment they're worth it. But I feel like right now, Salah is worth it. It's not like a Mane. I think a Mane would be a different situation, because Mane's not necessarily in his prime, whereas Salah's probably as good as he's ever been for us. So he can value his case. He can argue his case for the value of this new bumper deal. And it's just the way football is going. The more money the clubs earn, the more money the players will want.
It's true. But then I agree with your sentiment about Mo Salah's worth now. But maybe FSG and Liverpool's argument would be, what's Mo Salah's worth in 4 years if we're going to give him a 4-year contract? Like, is it going to be to be the highest paid player at the club? I mean, I know he keeps himself in elite condition, but I just don't see it from a financial perspective. However amazing Mo Salah is, for him to be so far and away above everyone else, it's a really difficult debate.
But I don't know if it is, because right now he's in his prime. I don't see how he drastically drops off. And, I said it before on a show with Craig, like, you crunch the numbers for the Salah deal. Let's say it's 4 years for 400 grand or something. You put that into a monetary value. You go out with, say, 75 million, 100 million. Who do you buy in world football that replicates his numbers? Now, I want to keep him by all costs. But I'm also like you that if it doesn't get done, I feel like we will have to move on. So the world isn't going to stop if Salah leaves. But I don't want it to get to that. But I'd be worried about who we'd get to replace him. I can't think of anyone in world football that we would or could sign that would replicate him or replace him.
That's true. That is true. But then I don't think there was anyone in the world who could replace Michael Owen. I don't think there was anyone in the. I don't think we replaced him until we signed Torres. Don't think there was anyone in the world who could replace Torres at the time, but there was, and that we could get. I understand the sentiment of Salah is the highest scoring right winger in the world at the moment, the highest scoring forward in the world, one of, and we couldn't replace him with anyone. But right now, we could develop someone who could come into that role because that Jurgen Klopp's got a proven track record of doing so. Who's to say that Luis Diaz couldn't go on and do that, or a potential new forward? I know it sounds very, very far-fetched and in a stretch, but he's not irreplaceable.